Right, now we are going to learn how to write a formal article. So this is for your exercise 6 writing. You will need to write a piece such as an article for a school magazine, whereby your writing or register should be formal and you need to try to persuade the reader of your opinions. You will be assessed on content, which is the way that you write and develop your own original ideas, as well as convey your feelings and opinions effectively. And then there's the language side, where you need to communicate with accurate grammar, punctuation, and style. So there's just one main task, but there are 2 brief prompts for you to consider. You may use the ideas in the prompts and develop them, or think of your own ideas. This is an example of the question. We have here the prompt whereby it's going to be about the topic that you'll be discussing, and then there's going to be comments, and then there's going to be the purpose of you writing it. Of course, the length. It says here that you should write between 150 and 200 words. The reason why it is recommended here is because the examiner wouldn't want you to lose focus by writing too much, and then lose marks by writing too little. So 150 and 200 words is a nice, I think should be fine. However, I also believe that the examiner would not penalize you if you write more than 200. Okay, it's just that you have to be more careful. You will be given 8 marks for content and 8 marks for language accuracy. That makes up 16 for the total marks for this section. Okay, so this should be the topic. The times of the school day should be changed to start and finish 1 hour later, but it's best if we can simplify this. So instead of saying this, it could be the school should start and finish 1 hour later. And as much as possible, try not to use the exact words from the prompt. Try to use your own words. So try to replace it with some other synonyms or antonyms. The school should begin and end 1 hour later. Alright. It says here that the comments above may give you some ideas, and you should try to use some of your own ideas. I strongly believe that I'm of the opinion that you should try to use your ideas as much as possible. Please do not rely on these too much. And the reason being is that the examiner is looking to see whether you are able to develop and convey your ideas in the English language appropriately and effectively. So if you just rely on this, you won't get that high of a mark. Okay. For each of the ideas included in your answer, you should have to support them with evidence or examples. It doesn't matter if it's not exactly correct or the numbers don't add up. As long as it sounds believable, it should be fine, because the examiner will probably know that you're just making it up anyways. Alright, so yep. You can use phrases and opinions given in the question, but if you want to get higher marks, you must develop these ideas and not just copy them. What I mean by copy is that you're just saying that school should begin and end 1 hour later because it is difficult for students to get up early. That's it? Okay, not quite. You have to somehow extend it a bit. So for example, it's not only difficult for students to get up early in the morning, but school should start and end 1 hour later, as this would give ample time for them to prepare their mindset to learn in class, instead of still being groggy and tired from last night's sleep or something like that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Try to expand it, not just what it says on the prompt. So this is the topic. The school should begin and end 1 hour later. You have the agree side, you have the disagree side, and what you need to do is you have to brainstorm as many ideas as you can for both sides. And then you can pick the side that has the most ideas or the strongest ideas, whichever that you think is better and can impress the examiner more. Or you can argue for both sides. If you don't have that many on one side, you can argue for both sides. Today we're going to look at writing an opinion composition whereby we pick the side that has the most or the strongest ideas. Only one viewpoint is expressed, so it's either we write for or against, we agree or disagree, we talk about the benefits or the detriments, we explain about the advantage or the disadvantage. So this is the structure or the layout of the article. In paragraph 1, which is the introduction, you have to put forward your opinion, your general opinion, whether you agree or disagree with the topic. Paragraph 2 is when you support your opinion by explaining the reason for you agreeing or disagreeing. Reason number 1. And paragraph 3 is the support and reason number 2. And lastly, in paragraph 4 is the conclusion and summary for whatever that you have said. So let's take a look at in paragraph 1, what should you include. This is a general introduction which explains the importance of the subject. You put forward your own opinion. I strongly believe that school should begin and end 1 hour later. You can include features of formal writing, which is time fixers. We put a time so that the article can be more relatable instead of not setting it like, at a specific point. So you can use nowadays, for many years, in the past, and then we can use generalizations. The reason why we use generalization is we want to make our article sound more sophisticated. Instead of saying students have a hard time waking up early, we can say the vast majority of students have a hard time. The vast majority of students have a hard time waking up early. And of course, we should use opinion phrases. In my opinion, as I see it, I believe. For paragraph 2, where you have to explain your first reason for your opinion, or whether you agree or disagree, you can introduce your paragraph with one of the following phrases. Firstly, in the first place, or first of all, and do include opinion phrases such as, it seems to me that, in my view, I feel. All of these are important so that you have the kind of language that is suitable to make your article sound more formal. And of course, if you want to add anything, you can use addition phrases such as moreover, what is more, and you can add in any ideas to support. And here is support phrases, which a clause, this means that, as a result, consequently. So this can help you in joining your ideas together. For paragraph 3, this is where you explain the second reason for your opinion, and you can introduce your paragraph with another reason, furthermore, or besides. These are some more opinion phrases. Personally, I think that, as far as I'm concerned, as I see it. Lastly, in paragraph 4, it's where you conclude your article. You summarize and write your opinion, and try to include a suggestion if possible. So you can use to sum up, in conclusion, okay? And these are some more opinion phrases. In my opinion, I believe that, personally, in my view, I am very much in favor of our school starting and ending 1 hour later. I'm strongly opposed to the school starting and ending 1 hour later. I am against, so on and so forth. Include suggestion phrases. Like I said, this is if you can. It would be a good idea if the school administration would consider moving forward the school hours or something like that. Support phrases because, as, since, albeit, okay, to add or to join more ideas into your argument, into your writing. Okay, key things to remember. You write about either the good things or the bad things, but not both, because that would be a different type. And before you start writing your essay, plan by making a list of points in favor and a list of points against. And if there are 2 or 3 points in favor, for example, and only 1 against, you choose your opinions to be in favor because you will have more opportunity to include support. If you have little ideas on one side, then try to avoid it. Now, the problem is when you don't have that many ideas, you only have like a few. So you can consider writing or arguing for both sides, which is something that we'll look into later. Thank you very much and good luck.